Hello everyone, welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're doing the October love reading for the sign of Gemini. Let's get right into it, Gemini. We're going to pull out your romance angel messages. Here we go. Past life relationship. And love yourself first. Nice. Alright. Let's get right into that. We're going to go ahead and pull out your animal spirits to see what kind of animal spirits you're walking with this month. Alright, Gemini, let's see. Upside down, here we go. Unicorn, beautiful. Associated with the 6th chakra, 3rd eye chakra. Nice. And the beaver. Water energy, right? The beaver is beautiful, strong water energy. Really nice. Nice energy coming in, right? Past life relationships, love yourself first. The unicorn talks about a heightened sense of extrasensory perception. Your 3rd eye is opening up. You're seeing things that you normally wouldn't see with your other senses. It's an increase of 6th sensibility, an increase of intuitive ability. But the other thing with the unicorn is that, of course, it is associated with the alchemical symbol for ether and spirit. And it's a mythical animal, right? These animals and things associated with these, with the alchemical symbol for ether are either mythical animals or mystical objects. So here we have a unicorn to remind us of the faith that is also required to believe a little bit in these things, right? I mean, you can't be a complete skeptic and then expect to have proof coming in. And so the unicorn reminds us to open ourselves up for new experiences so that they can come in, right? And so for some of you, it could be a case of believing in fated connections, love at first sight, past life relationships. This could be a very magical period for you right now, Gemini. And so this time in your life is calling for you to really embrace it and have faith, because even more affirmations are coming. Now we have beaver energy, and a beaver is a beautiful, strong water element. The beaver works very, very hard for its family, all right? The beaver is this beautiful, hard-working, earthy creature, but this creature works in the realm of water, in the realm of emotions. So the beaver provides a very emotionally stable environment for itself and its family. And certainly is synonymous with loving yourself first, in the sense that you have to be emotionally stable to help those around you and your family members around you be emotionally stable, right? To help them through difficult times. You know, the beaver builds its home on the water as a dam to block the unrushing, the overflowing, right? And so this is all very synonymous with the energy of the beaver, in a sense that it's the groundedness of the beaver and the hard work of the beaver that really supports you through very emotional situations. Now we're going to get right into your spread for the month. You may or may not be resonating with either or of these messages, Gemini. Excuse me, I just got done doing Taurus. But Gemini, yeah, this is a really beautiful month for you in terms of relationships. We're definitely talking about relationships that are very magical, very supportive. Let's see what your spread says for the month. We're going to pull out your 9-card spread. You can go ahead in the description, like I always say. It is timestamped. You can jump ahead to different sections of the video if you'd like. Make it easier for you, for your convenience, of course. I've already been meditating on your cards before we started filming, so we can get right into your 9-card spread, Gemini. Out the gate, 5 of Wands. Wow. Nine of Swords and Ace of Wands. Excuse me, Knight of Wands. Empress energy, Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. There we go. I knew there was an ace coming. We have the Hierophant, 5. We have Six of Swords, and then finally we have Seven of Cups. A lot of these cards have been repeated now so far in the other readings, I must say. We're on the third reading for the October Love Tarot readings. But a lot of these cards have shown up before. I'm going to get right into it with you in a minute. At the bottom of the deck, we have Eight of Cups. All right, so with Eight of Cups, we're talking about putting boundaries, right? Boundaries, restrictions, right, in place, requirements that people need to fulfill to be in your presence, to be in a relationship with you, not just accepting any old shallow cup. You're wanting to rise higher. So this month is all about, for you, Gemini, it's all about setting boundaries with people, right? Putting yourself first. Love yourself first. Putting yourself first. Putting your desires first. Putting your desire perhaps for magic in your life, or perhaps for emotional stability in your life. Putting that first as a requirement. Let's get right into your top row spread. All right, we've got Five of Wands coming out, and that's, of course, a power struggle, right? Five of Wands always talks about a power struggle that you're having with someone. This could be at work. It could be in your relationship, in your friendships, but there's a power struggle that, you know, a bickering, an arguing. It's quite interesting because this card came out in the same position for Taurus, right? So you start off the month. It could be that quite a lot of you may be starting off the month, because I start to have a lot of my monthly readings and my weekly readings tend to have a running theme for the collective, right? And this month does seem to be starting off with power struggles and areas in your love life that need to be addressed, and sort of where the dynamic needs to be changed, right? Or where you're waking up to a part of the dynamic that needs to sort of be rejudged, you know? Five of Wands, you're coming in with a lot of bickering and arguing, competitiveness, right? Just not being on the same page, and it's giving you an immense amount of anxiety, right? But interestingly enough, somebody comes in, a Knight of Wands comes in, and this Knight of Wands is somebody who comes in and they really believe in you. The Knight of Wands is that sort of energy of supporting you, supporting your ambition, helping you. The Knight of Wands can either be an individual coming into your life, or it can be energy that you're drawing on within yourself. But in either case, the energy is one of support, of lifting you up, of encouraging you, especially with all of this arguing going on here. Some of you may be in a lover situation, or you may be in a relationship which is making you very unhappy, and this could certainly be someone new coming in, right? This could also just be yourself deciding you've had enough. But we're gonna find out. I'm gonna get a little bit deeper and see if indeed if this is a new individual. It could very well be someone coming in who you already know, but you're starting to realize that they are a supportive force in your life. And you may be starting to realize that this person and you may have had a past life relationship. I want to say for some of you, this could be a really close friend that up until now has really not stepped up for you. But because you're in so much sort of like misery and anguish, you're having so much anxiety, they can feel that, and they're really rushing towards you. You see this? You know, this energy, they're really coming towards you in terms of with their eyes fixed on you and your happiness. What happens next? Well, you begin to sort of increase your self-confidence, your desire to love yourself. It could be as a result, certainly, of this Knight of Wands energy coming in, that you start to see yourself as Empress energy, right? Here we have 2 3s and an ace. Interestingly enough, for the, I believe it was for the Aries reading, we had 2 10s and a 2. So we're having a lot of pretty like reaffirming sort of card spreads coming out. So 3s is all about bonding, loyalty, virtue, right? Patience also. And so with this Empress energy, you're understanding the need for you to really start to give into yourself, really start to be nurturing to yourself. You can't nurture a relationship or a connection with others unless you love yourself as well. Empress, of course, is the divine feminine energy. And so for some of you, it's really a time for you to sort of resonate with that, or perhaps really kind of bring out your divine feminine in the sense that it's time for you to feel beautiful. It's time for you to feel rejuvenated, to nurture yourself. And then at the center of the reading, we have Three of Wands, and this talks about patience. At this time right now, you may need a little patience to move forward with a particular desire in your life. It could be having patience for a new relationship as well, if that's what you're looking for, because it will come in. You may, for this, I want to say this is definitely a reading for some of you who are either coming out of a relationship that has been really, really unhappy, or you have been on your own for a little while and you're getting a little bit impatient for a new relationship to come in, right? And what comes in is an opportunity, a really good opportunity, a work opportunity. This could indeed be an opportunity for you to kind of take your mind off of things. But an Ace of Pentacles, this is the type of opportunity that may indeed lead you to a love connection, right? But it's certainly an opportunity in your career. And this is very important because this is a love reading. But in the love reading, sometimes we have other aspects to do with work or your career that come up. And when these things come up, it's necessary because for those of you who this reading is for, this is a necessary part to bringing in the love that you desire. And although you're being quite impatient, or you may be forced to having to be patient before you can move forward, this may be happening because you need to wait for this opportunity. You need it to be still long enough, to stand still long enough for this opportunity to come in for you, because this opportunity is one that's going to have a knock-on effect on your desire and your love life and your ability to bring in the relationship that you really want. Really right now, for a lot of you Geminis, you really just want for someone to believe in you. Someone to sort of have your back, right? Now, Hierophant comes in, and this is interesting because this talks about a redoubling down of your sort of spiritual commitment. It can mean that for some of you, a spiritual guide or teacher has come into your life to help you to sort of get over some of these issues up here. Right? And so this month, on the heels of that, for those of you who are really resonating with this energy in the sense that, you know, you have been waiting for love to come in, it's very necessary, and you've been on your own for a while, and certainly for those of you who are resonating with this energy where you've really been in a really kind of like unhappy relationship, a lot of fighting and bickering and arguing, I want to say certainly this is going to be a reading for those of you who've just either very, very recently or just a little while back come out of that or are coming out of that now. You certainly kind of, this month is a time for you to heal. It's a time for you to reevaluate what you want from relationships with this Eight of Cups, right? And it's also a time for you, some of you will be getting guidance coming in the form of someone who's very wise, who can help you kind of like increase your spiritual outlook, which you feel, some of you may be feeling is one of the reasons why the relationships haven't been working out. You may be needing to clear out some things in your spirit in terms of things you've been holding on to that have been festering. And you make a very conscious decision to kind of move forward to an area in your life of harmony, of desiring harmony. Six of Swords talks about making a decision to not engage in negative relationships or negative communication, to take again the high road, right? To go, you know, to seek out places where people are like-minded and where you're not always fighting and bumping heads, right? This is on the back of this sort of like assistance, spiritual sort of assistance that you get. For some of you, if you don't meet someone new who's going to help you in a spiritual sort of like progressive way, it could just be for some of you that you may be going back to your religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs, cultural beliefs. You may be starting to go back to church for some of you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, it's this kind of reconnecting with the spiritual side of life that's helping you kind of get over a lot of this anxiety, certainly for those of you who are coming out of a bad relationship. And at the end of this, you kind of realize with the Six of Cups that it's time to reevaluate. Again, Seven of Cups. With the Seven of Cups, it's time to reevaluate what you have been going after. This Seven of Cups has come out for all of the readings so far. So the collective as a whole is really reevaluating this October period, the things that you've desired, the things that you've gone after, and why those things just have not amounted to the type of relationship or type of relationships that you have all wanted, right? This is very much a case of changing the dynamic in a relationship and choosing not to always be fighting and arguing, but choosing to be part of something harmonious. All right, guys, this is your reading for October. All right. It's pretty straightforward, I want to say, you know. There is certainly this person, Knight of Wands, in the beginning of the month, and they don't really they don't play a heavy part because they kind of come in, and they come in a very supportive manner. And this is what I'm saying in terms of past life relationships. I really believe that this Knight of Wands is going to play a part in your love life later on. But you really, Gemini, you're really having to kind of go through this like reconstructive period here, you know, in your life to be able to get to that relationship. And I think that once this happens, you will find out, and you will go back. For some of you, you'll go back to this Knight of Wands and realize that this is really the person for you. This is really the one for you. This is really the lover you've been wanting. In fact, this has probably all along been the person you should have been with, but you never saw them that way. You always saw them just as a really close friend or a confidant or somebody who comes in and supports you. But it isn't until you have this kind of change through October, this kind of reevaluation and this kind of removing of what's important to you now and what is not so important, that you start to realize that this person may indeed be a soulmate connection for you. All right, Gemini, October 2019. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to share this video on your social media. All of that really helps me to grow my channel. I know most of you watching this video are not subscribed, and that's fine. But if you like the video, if you could like it or make a comment, that'd be really lovely. I do love the comments that I get. And of course, if you want to see more of these videos, then you're going to have to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell, and then you can get notified whenever I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I will see you mid-October for the mid-month love check-in. All right, guys. Bye-bye.